Hi everyone, it's weather for Weather Geeks time on this Tuesday. Hope you're enjoying a nice day today. It's gotten a little bit warmer than we expected with a fair amount of sunshine out there. As I record this in the 2 o'clock p.m. hour, I'll bring up the temperatures here. It's reached 65 here in Youngstown this afternoon, 67 in Newcastle. Current temperature as of 2 o'clock in the mid-60s over towards Akron, Canton, Dover, and New Philly as well. And of course, we have no rain around. We have not expected the rain to arrive until we head into the evening hours. Leading edge is now across northwest Ohio, parts of Indiana, into Illinois as well. Look at the air behind the front. Yeah, that's a little more typical of early November, the air that's coming behind this front for the rest of the week. We'll talk about the timing of the rain here in just a second, but first, just a real quick look at the national view. As far as temperatures go, let me actually switch my Wi-Fi source here since my internet appears to be slowing down as usual. Across the nation today, we don't have a whole lot of extreme warmth or extreme cold. That, of course, is going to change as we head through the next few days as colder and colder air masses continue descending out of parts of Canada and the northern plain states. Right now, it's in the 40s up towards the U.S.-Canadian border. Then you find 30s up in Canada. It is in the 70s and 80s down here across the Gulf Coast region. So they're in pretty good shape down there this afternoon. But hey, we'll take the 60s anytime in early November. We're not in record territory or anything like that, but still, it's a real bargain for this time of the year. Let's see if my internet is good enough to bring up our latest high-res short-term computer model here. We call this the HRR, the HRRR, which stands for High Resolution Rapid Refresh Model. And we're going to bring up the simulated radar product. As you can see, it's doing a pretty good job with the rain out there this afternoon. Here's what the model thinks the radar looks like. I'll switch that off. Here's what the radar looks like. So it's pretty close. So as we head through time, let's see what this does with things. We've been expecting the rain to get in after the polls close this evening and after sunset. Here we are at 4 p.m., leading edge of the rain, approaching Cleveland, not quite to Columbus yet. Here's 6 p.m. this evening after sunset. Leading edge of the rain as I zoom in, getting a little bit closer. It's to about I-71 at this point. Leading edge of that rain at 6 o'clock. And then I think after 7 and especially after 8 o'clock is when parts of the WFMU viewing area will start to get wet. Here's 8 o'clock this evening. This won't be anything heavy, just some pretty standard issue light rain out there. Starting a few hours after sunset, here's 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Again, this isn't going to be a whole lot, but we're going to get some rain off and on. Well, maybe not. I shouldn't say off and on. It's going to be a period of relatively steady light rain for several hours. The back edge moving through, according to this model, at about 1 a.m. I think midnight to 1, that's generally when we're going to start to dry out, and then we should be dry for the rest of the night. We've been keeping an eye on a second wave of moisture approaching from the south and west for tomorrow morning. We had the possibility, or tomorrow evening, I should say, Wednesday evening into Thursday morning. We've been keeping an eye on that possibility, but it looks like that second wave is actually going to be a miss for us. So here's during the middle of the day on Wednesday. As the model shows up here, you're going to see dry weather, clouds, some sunshine tomorrow. It's this little batch of moisture down here that was always going to be a close call as it comes north and east. Does it get in here Wednesday night or not? And the models are definitely starting to advertise that it will not. It'll be a miss south and east for us. Here's tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. I'm sorry, 7 p.m. The moisture moving in a direction, bring up my drawing tool, like this. So I do think this is likely to miss us tomorrow night. So we get rain tonight, dry tomorrow, most likely dry tomorrow night, and then things start to change as we head into Thursday. Real quick, before I get to the longer range, I posted this on social media. A few reports of a fireball last night, a meteor, and a police officer in West Virginia caught this on his dash cam last night. Brad Panovich down at WCNC, an NBC affiliate in Charlotte, shared this on his page, and I shared it on mine. I'll hit play here and keep an eye on the sky. You'll see a green flash and a meteor streaking across the sky, kind of right up in here. Coming up right there. There it is. And this was seen in many, many places along the East Coast and into parts of the Midwest, and even locally. Some people did manage to see this last night where the sky was clear enough. So that was a pretty cool sight. All right, back to the weather. Thursday. Here's our day where our pretty strong cold front's going to start pivoting through. Again, Wednesday night into Thursday morning, that second batch of moisture misses us to the south and east. It's more so Thursday midday and afternoon that showers rotate back in from the west as low pressure spins across the lakes, dragging a cold front in, and here's that chilly air wrapping in. So there's going to be some chilly showers around Thursday, mostly in the afternoon, into Thursday evening. By Friday, I guess I wouldn't be shocked if some snowflakes tried to mix in with spotty rain shower activity on Friday perhaps especially in the morning. No accumulations or anything, but you might see some snowflakes trying to mix in, especially during the early part of Friday. So we head into the weekend, a little break Friday night into Saturday morning, and then Saturday afternoon, another low pressure system cruising through the Great Lakes, and this will drag another front through, and this will spark up a couple of rain showers on Saturday. I guess I wouldn't be totally shocked if there was a snow shower mixed in, but it's mostly rain showers. And the air behind this, even colder. Might see some flurries Saturday night into parts of Sunday. And the big story in the longer range, of course, is the cold. Here's the 16-day GFS ensemble. Take a look at the trend here. We're in the 60s, of course, today. We begin to cool off, but nothing unusual for early November tomorrow and into Thursday. But then here's Friday and the weekend, and this might be a little optimistic even. And by the end of the weekend and into early next week, it's advertising a real harsh air mass for this time of the year. This is more like a late December or January air mass with high temperatures for a few days during the first part and middle part of next week, probably staying in the 30s, a good 15 below average. Average highs early next week are still in the lower 50s. So, if this is catching on, and I suspect it is, we're going to be a good 15 below average for a few days next week. And then after that, still kind of mostly below average through the second full week and into the third week of November. Now, you see these kinds of temperatures, and especially those who drive snowplows and are interested in snow accumulations. Any snow coming with this, and none in the foreseeable future, and that means basically in the next week, no accumulations. What happens 10 days to 2 weeks from now, we can't really say, but at least in the foreseeable future, we're not going to be plowing or shoveling any snow despite the cold that is coming. Check out how cold it's going to be. This is next Thursday morning, so this is 9 days from now, but check out what the latest European is advertising as far as low temperatures here across the Midwest. Got below zero in parts of the Dakotas, single digits in Minnesota. And it's not going to be as harsh in our neck of the woods, but still, we're going to have a lot of mornings in the 20s as we head into next week, perhaps even a couple of times where we dip into the teens. So the growing season has already ended, but certainly we're going to be heading into a very winter-like pattern for next week. Here's the European model. This is the high temperature graph up top here. Pay most attention to the green line, which is the ensemble forecast. The legends over here on the left, and the dates are down here at the bottom. Pay attention to the second number here, not the 12 and the 0, but the number after that, that's the date. So here's the 11th, here's the 12th, here's the 13th. And yeah, middle of next week, there's going to be a couple of days where we're no higher than the mid-30s. Overnight lows are down here, and we're going to be dipping down into the 20s. We could even be colder if we have some clear nights. So yeah, cold weather coming, so enjoy this afternoon if you can get outside. And even tomorrow, even if it's a little cloudier, still a pretty decent day. It's all kind of downhill from there. Thank you for watching Weather for Weather Geeks on this Tuesday. I'll see you right back here on Wednesday. Happy Election Day, and I'll see you tonight on 21 News at 6 and 11.